Unlock your full potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Good afternoon, family. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Good evening from my end. 31 minutes past 8 p.m. right here in the 254. It's been a beautiful day, but a cold day. I hope you're having a fair, nice day on your end. And of course, as we approach the end of June, I hope it's been a good month also for you as you approach July. Wishing you a good month, a peaceful one, a productive one, a money fulfilled one, and of course a good one. Literally everything positive that it comes with July. Karibuni sana to another beautiful episode of the Africa Today Show. My name is Joby. To the first time listeners on our Rumble, BitChute, and YouTube channel, and of course to the returning listeners on the radio station, and to everyone with us on Spreaker and on Spotify. I hope you had a beautiful weekend. If you're not able to catch up with us earlier, I hope you did enjoy the shows. If you've not, I hope you're going to be able to catch up with them, and of course leave a comment also right there. Before we get to move on, Karibuni sana once again, I'd love to remind you to subscribe, or rather follow us on whatever stream you are streaming live with us from, and from there, of course, ensure you download our app on the Google Play Store. Black Hot Fire Network is the name. Once you have the app, it's very easy for you to find these amazing supplements that we're sharing right here with you, like the Brain and Focus formula, where you need to fulfill your mind and, of course, focus more. Ensure you get that. We have some Simos, we have turmeric gummy bears, we have Moringa Pure, we have beauty supplements, everything you're looking for under the Beach Fence Sports page. You also have an amazing active apparel store where you can get yourself some amazing hoodies, beanies, t-shirts, anything you'd like with our logo. Very, very affordable. Thank you to everyone who has been also able to donate on our Cash App, or rather on our donation page. That is through the application. We appreciate you guys. And of course, thank you so much for keeping it the Black Hot Fire Network, media of the 21st century, where you get nothing but the truth. But of course, today we shall be talking about Candice Owens. Shout out to Keith. He did highlight those who are with us earlier on my show that we're going to be talking about this. We'll be discussing about what she's been talking about regarding the cut to the small hats and all that. But before we get into that, I want to share some few facts, a little bit of history. Lately, if you've noticed, I've been sharing some few facts that I can get, because I think if we've learned right now with all our history, this is something I did say, I think last week. I said there's so much that we really don't know. We think we really know so much right now as Africans, but there's so much information hidden about us historically, because personally, every day when I'm bumping into some new articles or information, it shocks me. I'm like, maybe you might have had it for you on your end, but for me on my end, for me, it does shock me, because it's just how deep, how evil, how worse did it really get for our ancestors. It's super, super crazy. So I'll be sharing a little bit of facts, what you can see on your screen, a little bit of history of what took place in 1959 on March of 5th of March. And of course, we shall also be talking about a little bit on what Trump did talk about regarding the DRC Congo, and of course, when he was flirting with this black journalist over there. And then we also have, of course, is we have his vice president, or let's say, yeah, his vice president. Literally, I don't know how you guys call him the vice president, James David, who did say that Black Lives Matter should thank Trump for the Congo and Rwanda peace treaty, calling it truly historic, even though it is the
Said
same.
that, and
Yes,
you
that,
must just started. I just must just started. I'm like,
yeah,
um,
we just started. So we shall be talking about that also just slightly, and then share a video discussing, of course, how the US has been extorting resources in Congo for the longest. This is not something, the way they're acting, they're so startled about it. It's something they have been doing for years. They have been funding this war. They've been funding literally all these companies. I'd say it's through, I don't know, China through the US also gets to steal resources, because I feel like China actually works for US, according to me. I don't know if it really makes sense, according to me. It's just that right now US is losing its power, but these all regimes are under control. So
They're just moving it is moving the power from the west to the east. They don't work for America. The people that run, the people that create that rule America rule China too. So they're just moving their power since they've already drained America
yeah,
of its resources.
yeah,
They're moving everything eastward.
yeah. You mean it's just that right now they are more powerful. Just that right now China is more
Yeah,
powerful. Yeah, that is literally, that would make sense. But yes, we're discussing about that, and then we shall be getting into the Candice Owens story.
it's
But for now,
becoming more powerful. Not more powerful yet. It's
mhm,
becoming more powerful.
mhm. All right. So let me share this particular article right here. Like I said, I did mention this last week, where as Africans, or I feel like as Black people right now, especially with the awakening happening, we think you really discovered much of the history, because we've seen so much right now, which is not really, I don't think it's the end. There's just so much hidden, especially the fact that we have our books which were banned, we have our history which was so much buried, our cultures stolen, buried away from us, and then talk about now slavery itself. We talk about when you
There's
talk
always
about
go, there's always going to be more and more to learn. So we don't know everything yet, of course.
I agree. That's what we're talking about. That's what I'm saying. When you look at what we're discussing even last week regarding is Black history our is slavery a Black history or a white history, and we went deeper into it, understanding literally where this perspective is coming from, and then looking at the evil deeds that comes with the slavery. Now when it comes, or it applies to white people, it's super super deep. I think so far I've pulled up so many stories that are not in history books, of course. I'm saying every single time I'll bump into a story that for me it's very astonishing. Maybe to you, you do know the story, but to me, it comes astonishing. Like just what I shared last week, no, that was 2 weeks ago, where we saw the Black women were being locked in prisons, being raped, and these children are being taken to be sold. And this is to
Yeah,
benefit the white community for education. This is to benefit the white society with it's crazy. Like you ask yourself, how deeper can it really really get? They used our people's skin to make shoes and all those kind of things. They used our
use
hair, clothing.
furniture, timber. Yeah,
How do you even do this? How do you use someone's, how, the comfortability of even sleeping on someone's, and then talk
because you
about
can't That's why I sent you the first video. I want you to play with it. When I want you to play the first video I sent you a bunch of videos on
I
your
saw that.
phone and explaining them because African people as black people you can't fathom this kind of evil because your mind just can't understand it because you're not evil like this. Your nature's loving. But that's why they fight so hard to make sure you never know their history. Because slavery is not our history. That's their history imposed on us. That's what they did to us. That's not our history. They interrupted our story by enslaving us. They interrupted. What they call arrested develop our development. As African people, we turn the lights on to everybody, right? I'm gonna see this last video too. The guy telling the truth. When we started creating civilizations and all these other people exist, we went and enlightened these people, gave them knowledge, math, science, and made everything better for them. Them, since they're such psychopaths, they try to restrict everything and turn off the light
Mm,
and just allow themselves just to have knowledge and rule over everything because it's a severe form of insecurity that they have that they're not us, you know, and the level of just who they are. they're kind and that's going to segue into what we're talking about, Candice Owens as well. That's going to segue. You're on the regular channel, right, Joe? Yeah, we have the
Yeah,
channel.
yeah, yeah. I get what
So, so this is going to segue into what's happened with Candice Owens. Have no sympathy for, but I'm gonna explain their psychopathy when it comes to her, and now why she's getting the backlash from the same people that idolize, same white psychopath that idolize it because everything black was bad and she was for everybody, black people being hurt. That's why they loved her, because she was the cool she is. Her now taking a stance that's somewhat moral, still not for black people, but it's moral to other people. The white people now jumping out the window and coming after her
Mm.
because she took a stance of morality and went away from their psychopathy. Because at the end of the day, they have no empathy. Like we just said, about the empathy and empathy for people. They don't have that. That's missing in their DNA. Just they don't have an empathy chick like you feel sorry for people and love people. They don't, and it's hard. It's hard for me to come to that terms years ago. They don't have that, Joe. It's not
Mm.
in them.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead, Joe. You got it.
It's crazy. So what you have on your screen is a little bit of knowledge. It talks about how we, on 1959, 5th of March, we had 69 black boys who are padlocked in their dormitory at school, and it was then set on fire. 21 burnt to the ground,
Wow.
while 48 managed to escape. They're saying
Where
that
was this? Where was this at?
they're saying that on March 5th, 1959, 69 African American boys aged 13 to 17 were padlocked in their dormitory for the night at the Negro Boys Industrial School in Wrightsville, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, around 4 a.m. and a fire mysteriously ignited, forcing the boys to fight and claw their way out of the burning building. The old rundown and low-funded facility, just 15 minutes south of Little Rock,
Oh, see, little. I'm about to say, I just went through there. I just went through there last week. I said, well, she talking about Arkansas. I just went through right. I was on the phone talking to Joby as I was going through it. I didn't know nothing about this history, but I told you this is a racist area right here. I told you that. I said, this was a racist. I went through that last week. I ain't know none of this history Joe showing. I went through that very town last week. I swear to God. Go
you
ahead.
are complaining how dark it was and all that. But yeah, they're saying that most were either homeless or incarcerated for petty crimes
Incarcerated.
such as doing pranks. 40 pranks. What do you mean? 48
Pranks
boys.
by having jokes, Joey. What it's called, Joey, in America, it's called being arrested while black. Your crime is that you're black. So they would just throw you in prison because you're black, and they would get free labor out of you. So it's just walking while black, driving while black, breathing while black. That's what it is.
It's insane. They're saying the horrific event brought attention to the deplorable conditions in which the boys lived, and the boys all slept in space barely big enough for them to move around, and they are 1 foot apart from another, and their bathroom
So
was
so remember, Joey, they want you to live in unhuman conditions.
yep.
They get joy. They want to see you live in unhuman conditions. That
Mm-hmm.
they put you in conditions that are not that go against any type of humanity.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Crazy, but you won't find this on books, and that's what I'm saying. I remember us last week even covering how
No,
we had.
I never heard this. And I went to that town last week.
Mm-hmm. How we had the history I was even reading last week, how we had black foster children who are used in AIDS drug testing between 1990s to early 2000s. And then we also saw in the 1960s to 1970s, black children were labeled as retarded to push them into underfunded programs. It's just a whole lot of crazy things, man. Like,
A lot of evil. And
like
to make sure that these children would stay on the bottom, Joby, and not be a threat to white power. So I have excuse for saying I'm not going to
mhm,
educate them because I'm classifying them as retarded, even though they're not. I said, nah, I couldn't. Why you never educate these children? And because they're retarded.
It
The
seems to
kids are
me.
not retarded
It
because
seems to
that's
me.
who they. Everything to them is always. And then when they do it, they say, no, no, we didn't. No, we didn't do it. No, we didn't.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Go.
And that's why it's so important, like the article I was reading earlier, which was very factual, stating that black children who are taught African history do perform better in schools than their counterparts
That's
studies
right. That's why they don't want. That's why
this
they
is
don't want none
because
of
they
that taught. No.
develop
That's why
self-love
they don't
and
want that taught in no
self-confidence,
school.
which if you look at all these other history
I'm pleased that Joey froze. Might be Joey that froze. But that's why I don't want none of your history. You ever know anything about yourself? Because then you'll be out of order. You don't know which way to turn. You don't know. You don't understand where you come from and who you are. You don't know where you're going. They steal up people's history. You steal their identity and their sense of self. And that's on purpose. Like Joey froze. Hopefully, oh, maybe the story. Hope Joey come back. She got all the videos. The guys don't know. There's a dust up now on right wing America coming after Candice Owens because she spoke up um, going against the state of is not real last couple of weeks, and just really pointing out the obvious and the evils of this regime over there in the Middle East called is not real. So about them killing the people of Gaza, like I said, we don't support any genocide, right? We still think it's wrong to kill innocent men, women, and children, even though that's not our fight. So her speaking up for the Palestinians and also speaking up for, why are we going to war against Iran when it was Israel that started the conflict against Iran, which is a fact. But of course, psychopathic Caucasians, they don't care about facts. They don't care about right and wrong. It's only if they win and dominate. That's in their psychotic mind. Whether they win and dominate the situation. They don't care about justice and equality. And as soon as people understand that, you'll know how to deal with these people. So her just pointing out the obvious, saying no, it was Israel, it's not real that attacked Iran. Iran had the right to defend itself. You got her, the usual suspect, her followers, going crazy on her. Understand? Hey, you just shut her mouth. I don't know if she's gonna consider her Negro wake up call or not, right? But like I said, Joby comes back and so we can continue the show or not. So, like I said, what we're seeing is now they're coming after her for having a level of humanity, which is not in these people. She's not going out for black people still. That she's speaking up for other people. And then calling a spade when it concerns is not real. They said, why are they getting special treatment when they've been allowed to bomb innocent men, women, and children over in Iran who had did nothing to them? Which these are just facts. But of course, the white people that follow her are losing their mind. I don't know what's wrong with her. She's changed. She flipped the script. Get rid of her. She's insane. Now she's insane and everything else. We're just showing a symbol, one iota of humanity, which they don't have. They only see humanity for themselves. I want you to understand this about these people. Times change, they don't, no matter what they tell you. Always a con. Because at the end of the day, they're still savage. Their savagery is what they are. They have not have any kind of development of any kind of civilization. At their core, they're still savage. And they are duplicitous with any kind of right and wrong. You know, moral relativism and situational ethics. If the situation doesn't benefit them, they throw ethics out the window. It's always been a point of moral relativism with these people. They don't ever come from things. They'll never look at things as through the light of justice. This is just. This is right or wrong. They look at what favors me is just. Right? What favors me is just. What doesn't favor me is injustice. So they've never operated from a sense of justice, fairness, or equality. So Israel is not real going to bomb Iran. They think they see that as justice. Kill innocent men, women, and children. Kill those Iranian scientists and in their homes and murder babies. They they thought that was being just. That's true. They don't want to teach our history. Damn. I need Joby to come out. I don't know if Joby's gonna make it back. Wow. What the lights went off over there? No, I didn't see the lights go off. It was the internet. No. Let me check the network. No, I'm still. Okay. I'm still live on the radio over there. I'm still on Joby's end. I did because I'm behind. I got a couple more minutes to see if the radio there because I went to the network radio. I'm still on. I'm still on the radio right now. So that's odd. It might take a minute to go down, but you know, I see them videos. I can play the radio station again. Still live on there. Okay, there goes Joby back. Hey, Joby's back now.
All right.
There you go. You
Sorry.
back. That's right.
Yep. My
'Cause I can still hear you. I can still hear. I went to the radio. We're still live on the radio.
yeah,
I guess
I
we're a
was
few
trying to
minutes
buy
behind.
yeah, I was trying to buy the data because I don't know what's wrong with our Wi-Fi. I'm not really trying to understand what's really going on because it's not indicating fiber cut, but they say there's a fiber cut. So I don't know what's really wrong. But we'll figure
When it's
out.
supposed to be coming? When it's supposed to be coming to fix it?
They said actually they texted me after paying yesterday, so they texted me during the night. I think I'd slept already, so I found a message in the morning that there's gonna be a fiber cut. Then I called them. they said that there's a fiber cut, so they're gonna fix it. So I'm not really sure what's happening because I see it's on the router. It shows it's okay, but it's not okay. So
Uh, I just send
what's
some money
happening?
for I just send some money for some data. But anyway, like I said, so now Candace, say Joey.
I already bought that so we're good for the
No,
next
I'm
2 hours.
no, I'm saying tomorrow morning I'm going to give back your money and buy it for tomorrow. Um, so what you see now, the psychopaths are now coming after uh, Candice Owens because she was their biggest, she was one of their heroes. So I told you they don't have any empathy for anybody else. So her just saying what's actually justice because they don't operate from a form of justice. Never have. For them, it's situational ethics and moral relativism. So whatever situation, if it doesn't favor them, they don't have any ethics. Only when it favors them, and oh yeah, it's just now. If it doesn't favor them, they don't care about any justice. So when Israel attacked Iran, which is unjust, and murdered those innocent scientists and generals, they were all like, yeah, which is unjust. The sneak attack and murdered those people. So Candace was just calling it out, said, well, what this is wrong. Why is Israel allowed to do this and no one else is not allowed to act in this way? But we all know why they're allowed to do it. We all know why they're allowed to assassinate and genocide people. We all know. We're not allowed to say it, but we all know. And most people are starting to catch up and all know. And now, like I said, it's called that is the great awakening, the great noticing. Why these group of people get to kill and bomb and steal everything? I'm going to jump and play him right now real quick because he's setting up the personality of who they are. Now, you can't be fooled anymore. But go ahead, Joby.
All right.
At least, at least 6 million Congolese were killed. But King Leopold is not the archetype of evil that Adolf Hitler is. Between 3 to 4 million Indians were starved to death. But Winston Churchill isn't Hitler. Andrew Jackson, Thomas Jefferson, Ulysses S. Grant, all of them were genocidal killers. Napoleon Bonaparte in Haiti, in the
All the
Caribbean,
heroes.
Algeria, and Charles de Gaulle in Algeria, none of those are Hitler. No, the fact of the matter is that Hitler was not unique. He was absolutely on par. He was on par for the course. I mean, if Hitler had not attacked the Anglo-Saxons, Europe and America would not have batted an eye at his atrocities. Because you've all done it. You've all done what he did. You've all done what Hitler did. Your pantheon of historical heroes and your pantheon of leaders from the past is nothing but a rogues gallery. And all of your official villains in history is just a mirror reflection of yourselves. Hitler's just a reflection of you, all of you. And I'm saying the global South, Africa especially, they've dealt with you so moderately. They've dealt with you so patiently. They've dealt with you so generously in such a civilized and a decent manner because they are that way themselves. That's their nature. And because their fledgling decolonization efforts were undertaken at a time when they were still vulnerable. So they dealt with you as if you are normal people, as if you're like them. Even though they themselves had experienced your brutality and your savagery, they didn't want to be rough with you. They didn't want to be harsh with you. They wanted to try to maintain, some degree of harmony and goodwill. But you're not a people who understand that. You're not a people who respect that. You're not a people who appreciate that. And I'm saying the global South needs to deal with you the way you really are. Now, I'm not talking about aggression. I'm not talking about violence. I'm just saying it seems to me that the global South needs to cut you out as much as possible. They need to cut you out because you can't be trusted. You can't be relied upon to ever be fair, to ever be mature, to ever be reasonable, because you've got killer instincts. It's like that story about the frog and the scorpion. You're always going to sting because that's just what you do. And it isn't intelligent to ever expect you to do otherwise. Like the frog giving that scorpion a ride across the river and the scorpion stings him. Except, if it's that Western scorpion, not only would they sting him, but they'd accuse the frog of trying to drown him. They'd say that the frog that they just stung was trying to drown them. They say that they were actually trying to carry the frog across the river, not that he was riding on the back of the frog to get across the river. That's how the West does. I'm telling you, they can't help themselves. There's something wrong with them. You need to be as far away as possible. If you try to shake their hand, you're going to find yourself in handcuffs. Believe me. So you have to take a firm stance now. It's not like in the past. In the past, I know that taking a firm stance was a lot more dangerous. But today, their capacity to threaten you almost doesn't exceed their throats. You know, they can just say threatening things, hoping that you'll believe them and cower in fear, but it's mostly a bluff. They're depending on you reacting to your memory of what they used to be able to do to you, rather than upon any objective current evaluation of the real power dynamics that exist in 2025. I think you'll be surprised at how quickly they cave if you do take a firm stand with the West. Yeah, they'll say nasty things, you know, call you undemocratic or what have you, accuse you of this or that or the other. But it's all just noise. That's all just noise, and you shouldn't let it faze you. They're the biggest criminals in history. They're the biggest criminals in history with the longest and most atrocious criminal record in history. They're not in any position whatsoever to moralize or to sermonize or to demonize anyone. So you have to make a decision in the global South whether you're going to protect your people, protect your nation, protect your sovereignty, or placate the West. The West built a mansion with your money, and they turned it into a crack house. And if you let them into your house now, they'll do the same thing to yours.
White people have all.
All right, so that's the first
That's right. They
deal
built a
over
mansion with
there.
your wealth. They built a mansion with your wealth and turned into a crack house.
Mhm.
But he's telling the truth
That's the
about their
mixture.
behavior.
Personally,
Go, Joby.
yeah, for me, I think the great deal of understanding who they are from every perspective. I think I've been saying it even recently on every show when we talk about them from any different angle, looking at their scientific existence, like their creation, looking at
Mm-hmm.
their nature. I think just looking at if you literally followed up
And
those 8 episodes we
non-humane.
did, that was for
Right.
me. Like
They
those
still,
8 episodes,
those episodes are still on the network, guys. Those are the ones I never took them down. Those episodes are
mhm,
still there. Good.
those 8 episodes we did literally were the break deal for me to understand literally who are we dealing with on a deeper level, and then understanding who I am, and the power I hold, who our ancestors were and the power they hold. It just opened my mind on a different level. So every time I look at a white person, trust me, I don't see them different. I'm sorry. I
No,
don't care if
because you know too much. Because you know too much
yeah,
now.
we may be having good ones and all that, but what if the good ones are also pretending? I don't know.
Exactly right. Because like you said, you can't trust them. You can't because they pretend to steal from me. Exactly right. What they do.
What if the good ones are pretending that they don't even know they're pretending because they have not really bumped into the right moment of maybe, I don't
All
know,
right.
try to something like Emil, don't take it offensively on the chat and all that, but what if we really, the good ones are pretenders, like, and they don't know they're pretenders because maybe they're trying to fit in. Sorry to say. Um,
It could happen. Shout out to you, email. Hope you're good. I send your brother video. I send your video email. You run around Ghana having a good time. Tanzania. You've been all throughout Africa. You see them all in Ghana having fun. Tanzania, Tanzania having fun. That's what's up.
hmm Yeah, so I don't know if it's because most of them have not really gotten that chance or been in that maybe
Betrayed.
moment,
Yeah.
yeah, being agitated, or
Hmm.
bringing that,
Yeah.
part of them out, or maybe
I,
we just have the good ones. I don't know. Maybe I'm just the one being judgmental, but
I understand
yeah,
what you're saying.
Yeah, it's crazy. But let me share the second video. But for me, I think from that level, if you've not really watched, I can't remember the title. It was what was the title, Kid? Those 8 episodes. They were really, really good. Like that's a show you need to watch it
Episode
on
said, we did. Where do white people come from?
where do exactly like if you can even watch it on repeat if you don't understand it's good personally if I don't understand something I'll watch it on repeat until I understand it it's never bad it's not even if you some people might consider you slow but yeah it's for me
Those,
I do love going back if I
those
don't
are
understand something in the show I'll go watch it again to understand the
those
deeper
are only
perspective.
ones. Those are only videos I have not taken out. Every week, guys, I change out the old videos, put some new ones on. But those ones you'll be talking, I think everybody needs. Those are the ones I kept on there on the network. Those are the ones you're going to continue to see with the new shows. But those 8 episodes or 7, 8, I mean, those are always going to be there. Those are the ones I don't take down.
Exactly. So learn something and then understand from a deeper level. Let me share the second video here. We have it.
Hmm.
America wants a regime change in Iran is because Bibi Netanyahu is demanding it. And we also are completely done with the idea that with this decades long idea that we're doing it to spread democracy because we believe in international liberalism. There was
There's a
no
lie.
imminent threat to the United States when Trump made this decision to do what Bibi wanted. And I want to be clear here. This was not Trump's decision. It was Bibi Netanyahu's decision. And that is the reason why he
So
did it. And we're very
suppose,
aware
suppose,
that these
suppose, so,
militants
so,
now
so, so, Joby, I mean, Joby. So Candace Owens is calling out the norm. People starting to know that Trump is a puppet. See, the white people mind they just don't never knew that America was. They didn't know that America was controlled and controlled by a certain group of people. And so Trump more than anything proved this to the MAGA nuts, and they got mad because that's what it showed that Trump is a puppet. That's what he is. He is a puppet. Why he's there. You can't get in the White House unless you kowtow to a certain group of people. And why you all everybody's got to go to that wall and put on that funny hat and do all that shit at this damn wall over there. Why that? You ain't got to go to the Vatican. Why everybody got to go to the Vatican or go to some other Baptist church or a mosque? But you always got to go to that wall and put on that hat. Ain't that funny? Go ahead, Joe.
You gotta pray. Jesus.
our foreign policy, and we would now like that to stop.
Okay, but you wouldn't
I-
disagree.
I Jesus.
that Iran
They
is
hate
the
Jesus
main
over there.
sponsor of terrorism in the Middle East through the Houthis, through Hezbollah, through Hamas.
What he's saying is
widely accepted
that's a lie.
You've
I
done
know
it.
if things
Because they own the media.
You know, that's just kind of
Really?
He's trying to say really, but he knows. Chris Morgan knows the same people own the media
Israel
in
now
Britain.
is imparting a genocide and a Holocaust on the Gaza
Mhm.
people. So I'm really over this idea like somehow Israel has the moral high ground and we have to get behind them.
I didn't say
because we
that.
got to go after the bad
I
guys.
wasn't
So
saying-
it's rich
Okay,
to
well,
me
let's
that people
park
are
the two things.
concerned
Okay,
about
but let's-
Iran having nukes.
but
When
let's-
I'm concerned about Israel, who won't even admit that they have nukes,
Okay.
having nukes.
They have
at the
nukes,
same
that-
time,
so,
they are executing
Candace
a
here is telling the
genocide and a
truth,
Holocaust.
right? So what you're doing is upsetting the psychopaths that follow her, because remember her whole platform. White people don't follow this fraud. White people do, and so her telling the truth about their psychopathic behavior. They did, you got they don't care about genocide. You just murder innocent men, women, and children. They don't care, and they innocent people in Iran. It's so what? Supposed to conquer and destroy. That's their mentality. They only understand power until you smack them in the nose like and they for Iran to stop. See, it wasn't because if Iran wasn't powerful, they would have just completely destroyed it. And that's what you get. And they would have went in and just took it all over like they did Iraq, right? Because they only respect power. All this nonsense about philanthropism and all that other nonsense and helping people. They don't believe in none of that. That's never been their behavior. It's about power and what can they steal from you. And might makes right. And so I guess Candace had to come to Jesus moment, but they don't like. and saying, this is wrong. What is not real did bomb instant men, women, and children, and then they killing people in Palestine. Now she's not worried about them killing anybody black. Let's not get that twisted. As if she went completely, talking about black people getting murdered. She could care less. But her having a little inkling of what's right and wrong and humanity has got these people going crazy. And I hope they're letting know them with a little white husband, he gonna probably get rid of you too, because they support white supremacy. You about to get busted in the back of your head, okay? Because that white man you love, white supremacy comes first for them. And you being a negress, you ain't, and like Joby said, you don't know your history, and now you just learned a lot of stuff, Candice. We all knew everything you saying. This all been known. This new to you. It's new to you. Go ahead, Joby. Go ahead.
That the world is watching. So, who's the bigger terrorist is the question.
When the leader of Iran says death to America, why doesn't that concern you?
Why are they chanting death to America?
Exactly. Because we've been bombing and killing them. That's why.
Civilians, okay.
Exactly.
Because Bibi Netanyahu on a congressional stage and said there are weapons of mass destruction, and we took that to the bank, and there actually were no weapons of mass destruction, so we just killed a million. It could have something. I could be crazy. It could have something to do with our actions in the Middle East. We know that Bibi Netanyahu funded the Al-Qaeda adjacent front because he wanted to overthrow Syria. Bibi Netanyahu funded Hamas. There is footage of Bibi Netanyahu saying this stuff on camera. So it's just so ridiculous to me to pretend that they're in some predicament, that they're...
Isn't it funny? Al-Qaeda is now in control of Syria. Al-Qaeda. How's Al-Qaeda, we supposed to fight now, control Syria? Oh, because we backed them. All that fake terrorist nonsense. All terrorism is backed by It's Not Real, America, and England. Al-Shabaab, goddamn Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Boko Haram, all that shit is backed by the West. All of it. Because you can't explain the funding. Don't nobody got no jobs, but these terrorists run around killing folks. And it's always where they want some resources. Ain't it funny? It's never in the desert where ain't shit at. Always where some gold, some oil, something's there they want. You don't got a bunch of terrorism on no island. But go ahead, Joe.
To keep funding all of these terrorist groups and then pretend that they're victims of terror.
Exactly. They're the ones that fund them.
That are imparting it worldwide. Okay. And again, these never.
See, her saying this truth has got the white people's heads exploding. Got the psychopath white people. This is the truth. It's got these white people's heads exploding. What? How dare you? We're not the terrorists. You are the terrorists. And your government does fund it. Morons. These are facts. And you steal it from Africa and other places, you'll be poor. See, the whole thing that you've been, like Joe said, you've been psyoped and lied to. Without the places you go and put your terrorism, Europeans, you're mediocre. You've got rich off of stealing everything from everybody else. You're going to be, and they're waking up. And you're going to be impoverished soon. Okay? Because everything you got, you stole it. These are facts of history. That's why you don't learn this in any of your books. You get these fake history books you give African people about you being great and missionaries and all these lies. When you come from poverty, come from poverty and evil wickedness. That's your history. But ain't never in your book, damn sure ain't in none of your movies. Black people are the savages, don't know nothing, dumb. When black people are the creators of civilization, the bringers of math, science, and all the arts. It's crazy. But go ahead, Joby.
The one that called for Americans to invade Iraq, Libya, Syria, Afghanistan, and now Iran, and we've done it. And we're done with the BS of, okay, well, they weren't really involved, Israel in Afghanistan, because even when we fight those never-ending wars, Israel wins. Everybody knows that our boys were out there in Afghanistan guarding poppy fields, okay? Do you know what happened after we allegedly, quote unquote, lost in Afghanistan? What happened to all those poppy fields, those poppy flowers that our military was guarding? Well, the opioid crisis hit America via the Sackler family, who quite literally built the School of Medicine at Tel Aviv University. So we're just done, okay? And there's no way that we're going to go backwards. We're not going to allow you guys to emotionally condition us to go, oh, well, we got to protect Israel because of the Holocaust. It is over. They're imparting a Holocaust. America would like off this crazy train.
Wow.
So her saying that got all the white supremacists flipping out, going crazy, coming after. So, and I'm gonna give Candice kudos. It took courage for her to say what she's saying, because none of the fake black media ever mentioned is not real. You don't know Tariq, no Jason Black, all these fake, Vicky Dillon, the other mumble mouth moron, married to the Latino lady, whatever his name is, Pan African Diary Show, whatever that shit's called, Pan Diaspora, whatever that goofy shit called. You'll never ever hear any one of these cowardly bastards put "is not real" in their mouth, because they know what time it is. They won't put it in their raggedy ass mouths. Not once. You got Tariq, no good. Israel, who's that? Who that be? What that? Hey, man, you're babbling. Hang up on your ass, right? Because they know who actually runs the world. They know who runs YouTube, and they get their YouTube money and all that shit. They know. So Candice Owens doing this, has more courage than any of these morons. Because they know when you speak who actually runs shit, your ass is dealing with real cancel culture for real. Ask Kanye West when he woke up drunk, because he is on the spectrum. He does have Down syndrome or whatever he has, and he just told the truth. They left him butt naked and broke. Man, I think these cats run everything. What? You think what? People trying to call to him to shut up. Don't be saying that. He told you all these people start blowing up his phone because they knew everybody started shutting down all his money. He couldn't even get it. He couldn't imagine you a grown ass man. Now you can't access your own money in your account. All your money's gone. Just because you made a comment while you were drunk about who actually runs shit.
Sad. It is a sad state to be in. It is sad. Literally. It is. You have no freedom, literally, of will. You can't.
Well, you're not supposed to know it. When you notice the truth, Toby, you're supposed to shut up.
If you're talking about the artists, most of them, they also built this through this system,
Of course.
We don't need to get into it. That's why P. Diddy is not on the picture right now. They're trying to pardon him and all that. But anyway, yeah. If you're in this industry,
right.
All your money, all these mansions, bragging about. If today you say what is real, how you became who you are, you're just one of actually worse than us. Let's say that. We're not gonna say you're like us. Like what? We're not gonna do Kendrick Lamar here. You're like us. You're not like us. You're totally different. You're a broke ass.
Right.
You is broke.
All right.
He was broke.
He was broke. You was broke. He was broke. Who allowed people to play you in your butt cheeks, Joey.
Exactly. Which is so sad. But anyway.
Okay, now I am going to put up a second bounty, and I'm going to make it higher because this is a lot harder to get. It's very specific. $15,000 for the person who can bring me this. Okay. So we similarly have received irrefutable proof that there is an organization that is bringing pastors to Israel at this time. They're going to Israel on all expenses paid trip. This is like non-denominational pastors. When they get back, they're suddenly preaching to their congregants that it's like their moral responsibility, similar to Ted Cruz thing, your biblical responsibility to support Israel at this time, to support like Israel's initiatives. We have all of this on camera, so we're not looking for that proof of that. We also know which organization is funding the trips. We're not looking for that proof either. But specifically, this past weekend, some of these pastors hit the stage and said to their congregants, and we have already videographic evidence of this, that they should not be supporting Tucker Carlson or Candice Owens. Wild, crazy. We already have the footage. What I'm specifically wondering is if these, sorry, I got cut off there. What I'm specifically wondering is if these pastors are receiving emails from that organization that's funding it, and if those emails are giving them talking points on Sundays regarding Israel, or if they're learning this while they're there. But I would be interested, because of the timing of this, if somebody working in a pastoral office knows more information about that, and that they're actually getting talking points before they hit the stage in front of their congregants, like, go after Tucker Carlson this week, or go after this organization, anything that's sort of like not pro-Israel aligned. Like I said, we already have the evidence. We have the name of an organization that's doing it. We have videographic evidence of them speaking about Tucker Carlson on stage, as well as myself. But I'm interested if somebody in the pastoral office has an email, a text message that is instructing these pastors on what to say, or if it's just, the bribe of the trip that's inspiring them, or if they're learning that on the trip. Anyways, any information, again, we'll keep your information complete. We never, ever, ever reveal who is emailing us. So there's no risk to you. And even if you participate in it, I don't care. I just want to know the answers now of just how deep this goes. $15K for the first individual that can bring me that information if it's out there. tips@CandiceOwens.com. Total infiltration.
Okay, then we go to the fourth one. Cue it in.
Owens has flipped the script hard, son. Like, I'm gonna keep following her because I think she's a smart woman, but like, she flipped the script. Flipped the script. Whoever's paying you, I guess, this week.
I don't know. I feel like she's just now more. I don't know if it's gonna make sense. I feel like she's now more bold because she's been trying to come up, but she's been with the Alex Jones type of speech, the globalist. I don't know if it's making sense, but I feel like she's been talking about it, but not really that brutally honest.
But she never went into this, into the space, Joe. But she's in a space where you can't come back, right? She's in the Kanye space where now where they set up to now destroy you. Okay, so her doing this is somewhat of a her being dishonest, Joby, at this juncture, because the stakes are high. She's in the space where they destroy you, Joby.
I think so far understanding literally, shout out to Candice, there's something he said, they'll use you, and I don't know what, I can't remember the right statement, but I've seen it also in a couple of political quotes where they'll use you to do their biddings, but
get rid of you.
Get rid of you. Exactly, they'll still get rid of you.
Exactly.
You'll do that
because if you play chess, Joe, but you understand you're nothing more than a pawn. That's what we told Candice forever. You caping for white people. You're nothing but a pawn in their game, because eventually they'll get rid of your ass. When they get through using you up, they'll get rid of you. Right? So, but I think she jumped before they get rid of her. Because she said some things that got her fired the year before last with the Palestinian thing. She knows it's gonna be, because Candice was, like I told Candice, is a moron. She didn't know real history. She just talk white talking points. When you come from that society, Joe, she just regurgitate white hate, right? Black people, you're not being discriminated against. And it was George fault. It was George Floyd's fault he got killed. If he wasn't acting crazy or nothing, he wouldn't have been murdered in the street. So everything she just regurgitated was white hate, white talking points, right? That's why they loved her so much. That's why these psychopaths loved her, because everything was anti-black hatred. Always anti-black, right? So now with her not, because she still not really came from black people yet. She's just talking about the innocence of other people who are non-black, right? But they can't even have that. So her being honest in her commentary, Joe, saying, it was wrong for Is Not Real to bomb Iran, and they the ones been causing the terrorism. They the ones been funding the terrorists. These are facts. ICE, you got it, like I said, you got Al Qaeda leader right now, Joby, as a leader of Syria. How's a terrorist? You fighting terrorists? How's a terrorist leader like you just showed us down the leader? How's he down the president? Because they funded it. They put them in there, and now they're getting all serious resources too. How's that possible? The Al Qaeda's of them, the ISIS is of them. But she used to go along with the fake narrative, right? She used to go, yeah, we got to fight Al Qaeda and ISIS. I've been telling you, ISIS, Al Qaeda, Al Shabaab, Boko Haram. That's them. That's them. That's is not real America and England. That's them funding that shit. Any common sense would tell you that. Oh, they come on all they news with they fake lies. We fight ISIS and Al Qaeda and Al Shabaab and Boko Haram and whatever other goofy names they make up. When it's always them, because like as the guy said, that's their nature. Oh man, I lost your again. And so now you see white people losing their mind because for them they don't have any humanity. You trying to give them man like the guy said in the beginning. This is who they are at their core. Have empathy and humanity. It's just not there. They're void of it. Unless it's something beneficial for them. Like them, like I said, it's always situational ethic and moral relativism. It's never true, what's in the best for everybody. So now they're coming after Candice, calling her a no good, dirty sellout and a liar and all other kind of heinous stuff. Trying to call all other kind of heinous things. Because she's betrayed the ideal of her being as callous, cruel, and unempathetic, unempathetic as they are, or non-empathetic as they are. So now they're ready to throw the baby out with the bathwater concerning Candice. Oh, I would have known. And guess like that. I wouldn't be surprised by the end of this year. She come out and tell you she's a Muslim and be speaking Arabic. Like, what? Because these people don't have any morality in it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, she's married to that white man. Yeah, right. That's right, K-Down. That's right. I said eventually he gonna turn. If it gets too hot, he gonna turn on her. Cause she's the one paying the bills. He ain't. She married some English dude. She met like in 2 weeks. They married this dude. He got married in 2 weeks of meeting this dude. So, since she's the one paying all the bills, if push comes to shove, if it ever gets bad, they cut her money off. He gonna eventually cut her ass off. Watch and see. So, let me see. Let me go to the radio station again. See if we still live on there. Let's see here. The radio station's still on. I can wait for Joey to pop back up in here. The radio station is still on. We're still on the network. We're still live on the radio. Mm. Joey pop back up in here. If possible. Like I said, I wanted to show a bit of all these backwards are now coming after. Mm. Mm. Wow. Where's everybody at? That's right, Sonic Domo. They whitewashed the history as well. Put everything in there. And that's why I got this. That's why I was gonna have Joey play the second to the last video, where there's a white gentleman saying the exact real thing. They got history and completely whitewash it and give it back to us with white people's faces on it. Absolutely insane. It's just psychopathic behavior. Psychopathy is crazy. Psychopathy is on another level. Let's still wait. How long we been on? Hour. Mm. Oh, Joey pops back on. There you go. Pop back on.
Okay,
Back.
sorry.
You back.
Yep. Sorry about that.
Nothing you can do about it.
Coming with this one.
This message is for Candice Owens. Candice, girl, what's going on? You were one of my favorite people to watch all the time.
She wasn't one of her favorites. She was a favorite because Candice Owens was speaking psychopathic nonsense like they believe. You're one of my favorites, and now you're not a psychopath. Go ahead.
things, but just in general, I feel like something's happening. Is something happening? Obviously, something's happening. You're going through something. Could you just explain to us what's going on? Because we're super confused. Our favorite girl is now not the same Candace that we know. Is someone paying you? I hope not. I thought you were like one of the real ones. So I hope whatever it is, I hope that you get through it.
We thought you're just as psychopathic as
Just a
us.
little
Somebody paying you, Candice.
whatever, because we want the real old Candace back. Truly, truly miss you, girl. So
Supporting the BS of, you want the old Candice back who
Mm. Who
this
said black people
does.
supposed to get shot and black people supposed to get
Mm-hmm.
killed?
And this one,
Africa is supposed to be taken over. Go ahead, Joe.
mhm. I'm going back to, I was watching a certain show. There's this rap show I really like watching
Yeah.
lately. The UK, it's kind of nice. It's just like the back and forth type of, argument
Oh,
with the
oh,
rap. So
all right.
I don't know the judges talking about, because the rapper, there's something he said about Black Lives Matter, and then the judge just question, yeah, Black Lives Matter and all that, and then you come back to, because I'm just trying to understand this whole thing she's saying. Because when George Floyd was killed, Candice, I remember we shared the video. I remember we did share that video actually. I don't even need to be. It's not like a rumor. It's not like I've shared the video here with you. Made me share it a couple of times on most of the show. When Candice Owens was so much in defense of the white supremacists,
Of being
literally.
murdered. Yeah.
So
You can
now,
you can pull it up. Yeah. You can still that video's still there, Joby. That video's
now,
still out there. But
exactly. And then we've had black people, like, so far. Of course, me understand it's crazy. If, but anyways, I do understand they are politically smart right now. I'm just from telling someone right now, I'm politically smart. Stop messing with me. I'm politically smart. Like, stop playing with me. Because now the fact that I understand Black Lives Matter was not really built for black people. It's crazy when you see even black people defending it. And then when you have a Candice Owens who shows you the reality of where she stands when it comes to black people, despite the fake Black
mhm.
Lives Matter, organization. And then you have someone like James Dave Vance. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but yeah, I think he's the vice president. I don't know, this guy, whatever, whoever is standing beside Trump. That is it should be the prime minister, right? Prime minister, vice
Nah,
president.
nah, nah. The vice president is
I don't know you guys
what's the
call
vice
it.
president? No, 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 no. We don't got a prime minister in America. The vice president is man, what's the guy's name? Um, JD Vance. JD Vance. I'm not joking. JD Vance.
Mm. So we had Janie Vance. Yeah, okay. So that is his name. Janie Vance. Yeah, Janie David Vance.
JD.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, JD Vance. That's him.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he did say Black Lives Matter should thank Trump for Congo and Rwanda peace talk treaty, calling it truly historic, even though it's the same war the US has fueled for years through military aid, mining interests, and looking other way while millions died. Like, and then I'm going back to now what she's saying because Candice Owens was never talking about the reality of what was happening,
Never.
never the fake organization, fueled, supported what these cops literally used to justify themselves, claiming they were innocent and all that, and the system itself, of course, applying. Like, please, come on. Come on. I don't need the old Candice back personally. I don't think we should even accept her from the beginning. You're a
Well,
sellout.
no,
For
of
me,
course, exactly.
I
We're not accept. You mean the old Candace Joby is the one time about she's one time about black people deserve to be killed. There's no such thing as discrimination. If black people suck, and yeah. So her changing now. I'm not saying accept. I told you we don't. I'm not saying accept. I said they're getting mad because now she's saying some things with a little
I
bit
get
of humanity. She's not. She's still not representing black people. She just being a little more humane to other people. That's
I
it.
understand it. I understand it. But I'm
Yeah.
certain if we go deeper, probably on TikTok, especially TikTok to be specific, because it's gonna give us a bigger wide range of reaction from
Oh, of
black
course.
people.
But
You'll find this
oh
woman
yeah.
again. Candice Owens finally, she's come back so
Nah,
ahead.
nah. Black people. Nah, black people. Black people already on there telling them we don't trust her and she can kick rocks. Joey.
All
This
right.
ain't what
It's nice.
this ain't what you saying.
Mhm. Because there's no way you're gonna have personally you lose my
That's
once you lose my trust
that
once
what
you
she's
lose my
saying.
loyalty.
They saying she did too much. She done too much damage over the last 8 or 9 years, talking crazy about all black people globally. She said she can't come back, Joe. I'm the same. They don't, you go to
Exactly.
TikTok, they tell you she can't come back, Joe. She can't come
She
back.
didn't build. There's something I liked about the guest. Shout out to she's called Angela, I guess, if I can remember the guest of Iwaton.
Other name,
Uh,
yeah, the one from South
she was
Africa.
she was talking about building, as black people, not even about women, as black people, which is something that has literally destroyed us as black people globally. And starting an
True,
example is Candice Owens, literally, she
of course.
destroyed instead of using your platform correctly, educate your people about the reality, what is happening on the ground. And it goes to a bigger, wider range of even the political employed candidates, whatever position you stand. You all decided to be bootlegs, despite literally understanding we live in a system that is full of oppression, even to your
Exactly,
own ass. But you have to be a bootlegger to fit in. And just
exactly.
funny
So there
thing
you
from
go.
talking
Yeah,
about this,
Candace decided to be a bootlicker and get paid for it, Joe. She was getting paid
and it's
well.
majority of the black people. It's so majority of the black people. I'm from having this simple discussion here with just a few friends who are here on the studio and Kamlesh because
Okay.
Kamlesh, yeah, after Kamlesh show. So I was like, man, I'm gonna be late for. That's why I started the show late. I was like, man, I gotta go to the show because this debates is not gonna make sense. So we're trying to understand. This guy is telling me, oh, you need to license your studio. You need to do this. I'm like, nah. If we do this is what is going to happen. The repercussions of it is we're gonna be a controlled media. We're not gonna have freedom of what we talk about. Like what you hear. Because he said he thought you are he's calling you designer. I don't know if you know designer, the artist, the rapper. He
Who
said
the
the first
hell?
time he had
Who the hell is that? Who the hell is this? Who,
that's the funniest thing I've had today about someone referring to you. And I'm like,
who
what?
the who the hell is designer? Who the hell is that? I never heard.
Huh?
That's somebody from. That's somebody. Is
Huh?
that a rapper from? Is that a rapper from England or something? Who the hell is that?
The rapper who sang Panda, 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 Panda. I don't
Panda,
know the rest of
Panda. I don't know that, Joby. And that's what I don't know what the hell you talking about. Panda, Panda.
I'll play the song probably after the show, maybe.
Yeah,
Like,
it sounds like some Jamaican nonsense. Panda, Panda.
no, he's a Black American rapper whose song went viral. He's called Designer, so his name is it's I don't know how to it's
So,
called Panda.
so he said,
Like
so he said when he heard me, I sounded like this
the whole
designer guy.
show to asking Panda, is that you? I'm like, oh, hold on. Like, it's not him. Please keep off the mic. I'm having a show. It's crazy. But yeah. So we're just trying to have a discussion, trying to understand the media and what we're discussing about the control. There's a narrative being controlled to keep people in control. And I was
Of
trying to
course.
explain to him what we are about. And him telling me to get a license, what it would do to me, literally. Like, this is me giving myself to the government. Like, I won't have freedom of speech. They can easily buy me out.
When you
They'll
gonna be
threaten
we're gonna be monitored. Then yeah, you're gonna be because
yeah,
everything we say now is gonna be monitored by the government. Us saying
yeah.
what we're saying is not gonna put
Mhm.
you in jeopardy.
And it's not even about even money. No, I was trying to tell him without even us
Yeah.
being monitored, like me going out now as black hot fire, just like what Candice Owens is doing right now, because that's what
Hmm.
most of the people are so scared to do. Go ask the right question that people are so scared to ask. And I was trying to give him an example of how many times I read journalists being executed, okay, or
Executed
disappeared.
you. Yeah.
A good example is I was trying to give you a good example is Kagame. Kagame can follow you all the way to South Africa when you're trekking. You're telling me, just because I have a media card, that makes me think I'm the top of, I was trying to make him understand literally how this system is working and try to accomplish for making him understand deeper, because the system is bigger than what we think, literally, what we assume. And people live for
Yeah.
real. That's what I'm seeing now. People live on this shallow. People just
Yeah.
live
They
on the
don't.
shallow.
But
What
they
they're
don't have the
eating.
They don't have the information that you have, Joe. They don't understand. Most people, right? See, you
It's so
you're in a
crazy.
certain you're in a certain thing now. You understand how the world really works. Most people live their whole lives, Joe, but not even knowing who runs the world, how things really work. They live like everything on the shadow level. So they don't understand how the world even works. And so now you're out there where you actually understand it, and hey, it's a lonely place.
It is. I'm not gonna lie, because I even read a quote which was saying this weekend. I bumped into it, I think, twice. It was saying it is a tough time for the smart people right now, for the intelligent people
Yeah,
right now. It is a tough, because either you're gonna be,
yes,
because it was talking about friendship wise, relationship wise, and
integrity.
not something I'm supposed to figure out, but I've been asking myself, like, it's been like 4 years. I've been single. Like, it's crazy because right now I know so.
You ain't been single before. You ain't probably really committed, but you ain't been single for years. Get out of here.
I've been single, but still, getting myself into getting, if you talk about committed relationship, that's the problem, because leave alone what I
Well,
really
I told you. Well,
know.
I told you that a while ago. I said, Joby, but the more you're gonna start knowing, the harder it is for you to gonna accept stupid
I say
people.
it. I see it. I really see it, because it's so hard to you listen to someone's reasoning and it's a turn off, like a complete turn off. Like, bye, thank you. This is how you reason. Like, I don't think I can have any more discussion with you. You think Black Lives Matter? Like, can I try explain to you Black Lives don't matter? No. You get all defensive. No, I don't have time to argue. If you can't try even listen to me, that's means you're not even a listening person. Like, you didn't try and make me explain myself, like why Black lives don't matter. No, the US came with this. The black people are involved. The images were again goes back to the images we're given, the narrative
well,
that is
they But they caught up in exactly. They caught up in the propaganda. You got to teach them what propaganda is. That's right. You got to be able to show them. You got to send them and say, listen. No. I know it sounds good, but it was never. It was never about Black Lives Matter propaganda to make you believe that they were supporting black people. They weren't. This was actually an LGBTQ agenda. With the face of black people on it. Had nothing to do with black people. So you got to be able to sit people down and explain it to them like they're a 2-year-old.
Okay. So hard. Even the 2-year-old don't want to listen, man. If the 2-year-old doesn't want to listen, what can you tell them? Like, yo, you go learn the world on your own then. Like, yeah, bye-bye. It's crazy. And I was telling Danny this weekend, funny thing, shout out to Danny. I was telling him because I think personally I've realized I don't like getting out during the weekend since I became, more chilled. I don't go out, I don't go clubbing, none of that. I don't catch up with people at all for no effing reason. Because why am I catching up with you? Is it monetary value? Why do I have to go spend? Why am I spending money to come catch up with you for what effing reason? That's the type of thinking now I am in, literally with my age.
You're in your grown space now.
I got responsibilities. Next week I could be called. You try to catch up. Yeah, I've used my money, and then are you gonna catch up with me when I'm in need? No, you're not gonna catch up with me. So during the weekend, I realized I like being indoors more now. I'd rather explore in cooking. That's one thing I've realized I'm falling in love with. I'd rather try new things. I'm falling in love with new things, new recipes and all that. There's some new snack I've come up with and I've tried it for the 3rd time. And
where you in the shift job? You're at your grown girl space. You'll be 27 by the end of the year. So clubbing stops when you're like 25, 26. So you're at that time period.
Yeah, because right now I look at people clubbing, I'm like, what the hell is going on? What's wrong with you? Why in a club every fucking weekend? Like, what is wrong with you? Don't you have things to do? Aren't you thinking about life? Like, isn't life disturbing you? Don't you want to do better by yourself apart from just popping bottles on the club and having a group? Because I was telling Danny, this is what I was telling Danny. I'm grateful for the growth I've really experienced right now through literally starting with media, because I understand so much, which is what has kept me away from so many people. Politically understanding everything, because everything is so politically oriented. I don't care right now what anyone says. If you don't see everything is just this systematically rounded, something is wrong with you. Everything is all connected. Shout out to Kid for saying that everything is all connected. It's all connected. All the dots, politics, education, to how it rules out, it's all connected. And I was saying I'm really grateful for my growth because I don't party at all. I don't even know the last time I said I partied. Like, I got a bunch of friends, I'm cooking and all. I don't do none of that. Super chill. I'm super chill. I'd rather be reading articles, looking at documentaries, or looking at movies in my house. Cooking. You're just at
a different phase in your life. Everybody you have different phases in your life. If you're 30 years old at the club, still there's something wrong with you.
There's nothing going to the club, but I believe if you're going, at least go to a chill place. Okay, like literally, there's a place we went, me, Nish, Shmani and Loveness, our Uber driver in Tanzania, right? There's a place, the pool, the place with the pool,
that was nice. That wasn't really a club. That was like a nice space. That was like dinner. That was a club. That was a club that was serving dinner and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. That was a club stroke a restaurant, but we were sitting on the club section. But I love the fact it was so classy, because that was even what we were talking about, the difference between now Kenya and Tanzania. At that hour when we were eating, which was around 11 p.m. towards midnight, because we went home that night, we really went home because we were stuck on traffic like almost 3 hours that day. So trying to
Damn.
yeah, we were stuck on that was the craziest thing. We were stuck for 3 hours on traffic that particular day. So trying to go to the place to eat. So once we got there, we were like, wow, this is a really classy place worth 3 hours of traffic, okay? And then
Yeah, no, I see the place. I see the video. Look, I said, wow, these girls living better than me.
so the most amazing part was like, wow, there's the restaurant part, but most of the people are like they're not sitting inside the restaurant. They prefer being out, where there's breeze and all that because there's extra chairs and bunch of chairs. But there's also like a DJ doing his thing there. You see, everything going on with the clubbing. So I like me and Shmani were telling Labness and Nish, out in Kenya at 11 p.m. you won't find someone sitting down. You'll find people dancing, jumping all up. But with that, it just showed, maturity with what we experienced there. It is just maturity. You can go to a club and
it was
chill,
classy. Yeah, that's a different. I'm the. Yeah, that was a club. I ain't never been to a club that classy.
Yeah,
Club.
classy because on the club section, there was a restaurant section, but we decided to sit on the club section because the breeze and the music, and then just the ambience. You can take pictures and videos. That's what we really like. So we're like, oh. So even if you find someone, that's what I'm saying. If you find someone on the club, there's a different type of clubbing. There's classic clubbing. Just you go eat your food. Maybe you want to be outside.
What we talking about?
Indoors.
Well, I don't call them places clubs. Like club, I do just like somebody dancing and a bunch of music and shit like that. I call that like a whole like space, like a I don't know what you call that. What do you call something like that? I think a club is too. What do you guys call it? I can't call it a club. What do you call something a step up from a club? Eating, you got a pool. Ain't nobody got a bunch of pools in no club. By the pool.
I don't know, but yeah, that's just literally right now. That's the type of experience I wanna have.
That's okay. See that like that. I go to some of that. That's chill. I'm talking about the kind of booty hunting club where everybody's out there twerking and just being like this a club, regular club. Like I'm too old for this shit. Even I was 30, I'm too.
I can't even stand the noise anymore. I can't. I don't think I can even stand the noise of just being in the club. I'll be irritated very quick.
That's what I'm talking about. We all get a certain age where we all get a certain age. I stopped going to clubs when I was 25. I didn't make it to 26. Last I was in the club like I was 25, maybe 26. That's when I was like, oh, I'm done. That's it. It's a wrap. So, you guys remember House Party? What was that movie we watched that? It had the old guy was in the club. He's about, hey, Tamika, somebody come get your uncle. He's in the club. He's like 35. Somebody come get your uncle out of here. Get his old ass out the club. When you're in the club, you're like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, maybe, you get around 28, 29, you're getting a little too old to be just at the regular club. You're like, you're supposed to move on in life. I've been there, done that. You're supposed to be down the club. Joby was kind of club you was in Tanzania. Now, those ones you're supposed to be chilling, got a pool and got a nice bar in there. You just chill, get good food. I don't really call that a club. I call that something different. But anyway.
It was classy. I really liked it. I think that's now my second
it was classy
spot. I love they had really some nice steak. Like it was really, really good. Oh my goodness.
That's a good question, Joe Mosquito. I just could say that does Shimani understand Nish's Louisiana accent? That's where I'm at right now. And the funny part about it, guys, I'm in Nish's hometown right now. I'm in Lafayette, Louisiana right now. I'm in Nish's hometown right now. Oh, she did?
At first she was struggling. She was like, I'm not understanding what she's saying. But She later did cut it. Not in a bad way, but don't get me
No,
wrong.
I wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
Everybody's got different accents. Y'all Louisiana, and Louisiana accent is a hard accent. I'm in Louisiana now. I don't know what the fuck they be saying. I gotta go from here down to New Orleans. When I get down to New Orleans, that accent be so thick and so bad. I don't know what they be saying. They can be saying, "Hey, you want to suck some dick?" I be like, "Uh huh, all right."
Emil said I thought Nish was a Jamaican.
Everybody was. You think everybody's a Jamaican now? We're all Jamaican.
That's insane. Damn. No, I actually love Niche accent, especially when she switches to the Nigerian accent. You guys are gonna
Yeah,
love it. Like,
she always go back to Nigeria. She would say, "Hey," like the Nigerians always. Hey.
exactly. That's right. Like, hey, I
Yeah.
told you. You don't be listening to me. Yeah, I told you this cocoon people. That's a niche, man. Much love to her. Sending love to her. Share this video. I was just saying, literally elaborating everything with all this, and what we're discussing with our friends there. It's everything comes with growth. So probably Candice Owens is also coming from a point of
That's what
growth
I'm
of
thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
understanding, not being caught up in
That's what
this
I'm thinking.
narrative.
That's what I'm thinking. But I still don't trust the ass. Still going back in. She, I think she's growing. I think you're right. I think I do think it's a thing of growth, and I think it's a thing of real. I gotta give her credit, even though I might not want to begrudgingly, about the difficulty of her being this honest to the actual people that have power. So see, I don't know if that's because they play both sides and they use it. I don't know what's going on because she did just all of a sudden just flip. She all of a sudden just flip and gain a conscience. I'm like, whoa, 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 what's going on here? Well, she got some empathy and got a conscience. What's going on?
It
So,
could be growth. Yeah?
so
Could be growth.
it could be growth. I'm not gonna be naive and just say it's growth. I don't know what's going on, but she did flip. But I'm just saying, um, I still couldn't trust her and let her back into black society. She didn't did too much damage and happily did damage. All black people criminals and we're all fucked up. Everything else.
Well, for me, I had someone calling me randomly before I shared this video just a few minutes ago, and I was having a chat with Kamlesh and a few friends, and it was like, "Hey, I'm on your parking lot." I'm like, "Excuse me, who are you? I lost numbers. So who the hell are you?" "Oh, it's so and so." I'm like, "Okay, so how may I help you?" "Oh, I'm on your parking lot at the studio. So how can I help you?" That's the question. Because the last time I talked to you, the last time I talked to you, was 2 years ago. So what the hell do you want? Because 2 years, we don't have no friendship still remaining. Like, what the hell do you want? I just came here to get my hair shaved downstairs. And I thought I should say hi. Excuse me. I don't want to say hi to you. And this is so unannounced because you're calling me and we've not even spoken for 2 years. So thank you for calling.
Wow.
You're not invited. He's like, "Oh, why are you talking so rude? Oh, Kwani, who are you with?" Because he had men talking. He's like, "Who are you with in the studio?" I'm like, "Why is it your concern?" So I made it sarcastic. I'm with some of my husbands. So what is wrong with you? I'm with some of my. "Oh, so you got married? You should have said so. You got married. You don't need to be acting with all attitude and all that. I was just downstairs getting my hair shaved." And I thought I should call you. I'm like, this is called growth. So I told him, I don't want your call. Part of me has really grown, and I don't think I really have any conversation with you. I don't need to talk to you. But we used to be friends before, and I'm downstairs. I had to give Kamlesh the phone. Then Kamlesh doesn't even know how to. Kamlesh just made the situation worse.
Worse.
Like,
don't know how to get rid of nobody.
You're supposed to defend me. You're inviting the nigga. The guy, you crazy. Like, you're supposed to chase him away. Like, don't get me at this studio. is those are the people like who are so close to me in 2022 when I moved here. So it's been 2 years of no communication when I literally decided to like, hey, I want to distance myself with everyone because you're not beneficial to me. So now when you talk about growth, that's what I'm saying about Candice Owens. We talk about growth,
I'm
they're
saying
like, oh, so now you give me
that's
attitude,
what I'm saying.
I'm growing.
I'm saying I'm
Uh,
saying she's grown. As I'm saying, is it real? That's what I'm saying. See, your growth is real. See, I can't.
my,
Candace Owens on the camera, but she's saying really good stuff. So I'm trying to figure out, is her growth real, Jovi? I can't. I can't trust her. I know you. I don't know Candace Owens. I can't trust her. I'm just saying, yeah, if her growth is real good for her, cool.
all right,
I can't let her. I can't let her back in the black community. She might be a spy. They trying to make us all look at Candace. Look at what Candace is doing. Candace did too much malicious shit to black people to let her back in. She did too much happily doing malicious shit to black people. She was proudly doing. What was that guy? I remember you played a video like a year and a half ago. The guy was saying, "Yeah, I don't care. Candace Owens came to the July cookout. You leave her ass on the side of the road."
I remember the video. It's crazy. But yeah, some people will grow maybe in real life, but some
They
people
do.
grow by
People do grow.
yeah.
That's true. We all got to grow. There's always space for growth, Joe. That is true. And we got to allow
Yeah.
people to grow. So I'm giving her the
Mm-hmm.
benefit of the doubt. Now, like I said, I, I would be happy about her growth. Good. But I'm saying, but would I trust her with any, like, if we trying to get free and do revolution, would I bring her into the camp? Hell no.
No.
No. I said, listen here, I'm glad you
So
got to grow, but right now
like
we're gonna
Candace
talk
Owens is
company
a
business.
safe phone.
Oh, go ahead.
And I said it before, I'll give it to the end of the year for her to say that she's Muslim and no longer Christian because she goes against
See,
everything.
that's
She
now
teaches
she's
a
gonna be
lot
a
against
Muslim.
Christian values at the same
See,
time.
Christian value. What Christian value about killing? See, their values, just like the guy just told the first guy just told you about the Christianity is all fake. Because they talking about the Christian, they murder and kill people and maim. He said, he said, that's why you can't trust them no matter what they say. This is who they are at heart. Candace is actually just speaking up what's actually right. Which is morally right. And they don't have that in her. They she's gonna be a Muslim now and she's crazy because ethically and morally it's just not in them. They're not ethics about whatever benefits them at the time, no matter what benefits them. They don't give a dang about ethics and morality. This innocent kid gets shot in the head. He said, well, you know, he shouldn't have been there. What? As a child, got shot in the head. He said, well, that shit happens. Go ahead, go ahead.
Call herself a Christian anymore. You call the people of Israel satanic. You literally have
They are.
condemned every person that comes into the defense of Israel. You still don't seem to understand Israel yet. I don't know. We'll get into that, but I've never seen somebody with
See,
such
he said you don't
hatred.
understand Israel, and Israel's been committing a genocide for 2 years. Killing men, women, at least 500,000 people have been murdered over there. Innocent men, women, just shot in the head. And Joby showed you just trying to go get food because they've been starving them over there. They know that. They've been starving these people. And then when they try to run and get food, they murder them all.
Mm-hmm.
Shot them in the head, babies, everything else. He's about, oh, you don't understand Israel about being a Christian. What kind of Christian told this Christianity scam? Black people. Not about, and how could these wicked, I get like the guy told, these are the most wickedest motherfuckers who've ever lived. That's just a fact. I don't care if you get mad. We're talking about historical facts. These are the most wickedest motherfuckers that ever lived. Talking about come bringing you a religion. You see, the Christian shit don't mean anything for them. She's telling you that open genocide is cool for her. It's crazy. Go ahead, Joe.
Mm.
Piers Morgan last night, that was some level of hatred that came from you that I've never seen before. And I literally
Level of hatred.
looking at you talk, looking at you in your eyes, your facial expressions.
Now remember that was Piers Morgan. That's the first video we showed. All she was saying, everything she said to Piers Morgan was true. That's why Piers Morgan said, I agree with you. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying everything she said to Piers was true. That they created terrorism, that's a fact. That they the ones doing this stuff, that's a fact. They bombed Iran first. That's a fact. So what has she said that's not factual? See, not it doesn't matter whether it's factual. See, they practice situational ethics. See, if it doesn't benefit them, how could you? All Candice said was everything she said was factual. Factual. Go ahead, Joe.
That you say, like anyone who was pro-war, neocons, warmongers, whatever, that
Well,
it's a bad day when MAGA, right, America First, aligns with Lindsey Graham. I would say it's a bad day when anyone who calls himself a Christian aligns with a Nazi. If you have them cheering you
Nazi.
on, that's not a good look. I could just say you're fucking up right there. Like, that's just not a good look. How can you call yourself a Christian? And I'm really not trying to be judgmental, but it's just a reality of it. How can you call
You
yourself
can't
a
be
Christian?
judgmental, lady, because you are a psychopath. You're showing your psychopathy. You're a psychopath. This is who they are. She's justifying genocide. You understand this? Candice saying it's wrong to kill innocent men, women, children. They're like, you call yourself a Christian. We're supposed to kill who we want to kill. That's what this lady's saying. And that's who they are. This lady's a psychopath. Go ahead, Joe.
Satanic. I will help you understand what the nation of Israel is. The nation of Israel is a nation that was created by the people of Israel on the Holy Land that was promised to them. When a lot of people sit here and they defend Israel, we're not defending the IDF, we're not defending
Pause it again. Pause it again. Pause again for this white liars. You know that's why Israelis cannot get DNA tests. They're not from Israel. They're Khazarians from Eastern Europe. Okay, they're Ashkenazim. That's a fact. So what you're saying, lady, is a lie. I don't know if you're brainwashed, stupid, or what. They're Ashkenazi Jews, and we know Ashkenazi Jews are not from Palestine, lady. They're Eastern Europeans, and that's okay. They chose to take on that religion, and for YouTube purposes, because that's okay. They converted to that religion, lady. Converted. They're not Israelis or whatever you call them. They converted, moron. And they created that country over there. Those people, that's why their names are all different. Now, I'm glad Joby's on TikTok. I'm going to look this up on TikTok too. And so that everyone, I'm going to Joby look up, say every one of Israel's prime minister changed their name. Because they're not those people. They all came with fake names, lady. What are you talking about? But even though people tell you that, you'll still fight because that's your psychopathy. You're a psychopath. That's why you'll fight me when people show you his look, lady. They're not those people. You must fight. So I must go with Israel committing the genocide, killing innocent men, women, children, bombing people in Iran who did nothing to them. What kind of God is this? Because for them, it's situational ethics. It's all fake. It's all phony. They believe they got the right to kill people. That's what I want you to know. That's what white supremacy means. They believe they got the right to kill people anytime and any place they feel like it. And don't question them about it. You know, because it's situational ethics. Right? You know, Israel bombed Iran 2 weeks ago, a sneak attack and killed people in their houses. That don't matter. It's about, how can you not be a Christian? What God that you worship, see, their God is fake, is telling you it's okay to bomb innocent men, women, and children who have done nothing to you. I get to go and just slaughter. So Joby's at home. I go and bust into her house and got my gun and kill everybody. Kill her brother, her dad, her, and there's no problem with it. This is what this psychopath is saying. I get to bust in somebody's house and just kill everybody and leave, and there's no repercussion because my religion said I should do it. I can do it. Well, what kind of goofy ass God is this? Because their God is based on their savagery. Shout out to the guy we showed in the beginning. But their God is based on their savagery because they've never evolved from being savages. This broad is a savage. And their behavior is savagery. That's all they've known. They've never graduated, no matter how much Africans tried to teach them. They've never evolved past being savage. I don't care if you see them in suits, they got buildings. They're just a savage in a suit, a savage in a building. Their behavior is still savagery. That's what they are. But go ahead, Joby.
We're defending the people of Israel. Okay, we are defending the Holy Lands. We are defending Jerusalem. We understand that there's biblical meaning there. Why that's so confusing to people, I don't know. But you seem to be the one
confusing the people that you get to murder people. The Holy Land.
Prime Minister. The next minute you're talking about the IDF, and the next minute you're literally calling out Jews. Like, that's where you're crossing a line that it's just, you're not coming back from that at all. I don't see how you can. And it's just one of those things for you. Once again, if you're calling them satanic because the things that they're doing is committing sin, then I would say to you, you've never picked up a Bible and you are completely denying.
Now, that's you never picked up a Bible. This lady's a psychopath. See, I told you, their thing of religion allows them to kill people and do what they want. Everybody can go through Africa, come about they with the Bible, kill Africans, rape them, murder them. It's like we showed the first gentleman, the very first video. That's who they are. I want you to understand that this doesn't change. This is 2025, and the ideology hasn't changed. This is who they are to their core. This lady is a psychopath. She's a psychopath. That's what she is, and she does and great and happily about it. You know, ideal that you say we can't murder people. It's the act of God. Have you read the Bible? And no, psychopath. Go away. Well, I never heard you, but go next bit. I can't stand this psychopath.
All right.
You sound crazy. Before we wrap
you
up.
Mentioned something. Of course, I pulled it up very quickly. The Israel Prime Minister changing their names. So let me just play it.
Oh yeah, put it up. All of them got fake names. Job. Yeah, go ahead.
Will be blown. You're going to be blindsided. Every single Israeli prime minister has a fake name.
Yeah.
Do you know that? We're talking about Ben Gurion. Do you know what his original name is? It's Grun. Gruen. He
Eastern European names.
It to make it sound more Jewish and sound more Middle Eastern. Do you know what Netanyahu's real name is? It's not Netanyahu. It's Milkovsky. I swear to God, go and look it up. You'll find.
We can't look it up on Google. Joe, we tried to look it up on Google. We tried to look it up. We tried to look it up. We tried to look it up on Google. Google's now changing, hiding everything because they control Google. We can't look it up no more. Go ahead, Joe.
Exactly.
And Jews, they don't come from Palestine, but they want to make. No. They want you to make you believe. They want to make believe and make you believe that they come from this area, that they are indigenous to the land, that they're so Jewish, right? Even though they have no connection. So they changed their names. Here's another one. Moshe Sharat. His name is
all of them
originally. You've got Levi Eshkol.
All these Russian names.
Shklonik. So he changed it from Shklonik to Eshkol. Then you have Yigal Alon. His original name, Peikovitz. Golda Meir, Israel's first female prime minister. Her real name is not Golda Meir. It's Mabovich. Nope. Mabovich.
Mabovich. All these Eastern European names.
Yitzhak Rabin, right? His name is not Rabin. It's Rubitsov.
Rubitsov.
Are you seeing the pattern? These are Eastern European names. Not Palestinian, not Jewish, not Middle Eastern. They're Eastern European. Okay? They're not Palestinian. They don't come from this region. Yitzhak Shamir. He's a great one. You know, Yitzhak Shamir, he's on the wanted poster because he was wanted by the British police in Palestine for terrorism. But they don't tell you that. So Yitzhak Shamir, his original name is Yezernitsky. Shimon Peres, Persky. Netanyahu, I already told you, Malikovsky. I think I said Milkovsky, excuse me. It's Malikovsky. Never, you know, it's the same point. Ehud Barak is Brog. So B-R-O-G. Brog. He changed it to Barak. Ariel Sharon. His original name is Shinerman. Shinerman. He changed it to Sharon.
And remember, they also can't get DNA tests.
You still see him.
DNA test shows you that they're not from that area. So this lady said, "This the Holy Land, the Israelis, and you can't go against these people." That's a lie. Okay, just that simple.
Has lost her mind. I was going to refrain to comment on this because I just thought, you know what? Let's agree to disagree. If nothing else, this proves that MAGA is not a cult because we don't all blindly follow Donald Trump. Although I respect every decision that he has made, and I am still a supporter. Even I questioned, is this a good thing when the bomb hit the facility? Would it lead to war? But because I said, you know what, I'm going to hold back my comments. I'm going to wait and let's see how this pans out because I trust this man.
Let's pan out.
That's why
See,
I
let's
voted for
pan
him.
out. See, I told you. Pause
She
it.
is
See,
saying is
pause it, Joby. Hold it, Joby. Situational ethics. So me bombing innocent men, women, killing. I don't care about that. I'm gonna see how it pans out. See if Donald Trump, if it's a good thing for us. Not that it's morally wrong to bomb innocent men, women, and children. That's not where she's at. That's not where she's at, right? She don't care about that.
Mm.
See what I'm saying? Go ahead, Joby. Go ahead, play it.
Yep. Okay.
And she sounds like a fucking Democrat. And besides the fact that, like, just what she's saying, watching her on Piers Morgan, like, she used to be so calculated. She would sit quiet. She would let people bury themselves. And then she would really intelligently pick them apart.
See, now,
she was just irately talking over him, screaming.
You be intelligent.
Like,
no, she didn't. What she said was exactly right. She sounded crazy. She'd be intelligent if she did my point of view of being a psychopath. Her telling the truth about Iran and the terrorism. How dare you? See how crazy this broad is? Go ahead.
a fucking lunatic leftist.
Now she's a lunatic leftist.
Because I just wanted to agree to disagree with her and hope that maybe she would come around. But she has lost her ever-loving fucking mind. I don't...
See, this is who they are.
It doesn't favor you now, so...
Yeah, exactly. It's situational ethics. Exactly, Joe. They're not an ethical people. They're not a moral people.
White people. It's crazy. It's crazy. But shout out to everyone with us in the chat as I share the next video, which I'm trying to cue. I see John Mosquito in the building. Emil, I saw Jason, Sonic Domo. Jason earlier was saying so much we don't know, but we're finding out now and then some. I do agree with you. So much hidden history, but it's all revealing itself literally. I think it's just talking about the age of Aquarius and everything is just
exactly.
Also looking at how people waking up. It's a force that we must know all this history to understand who we really are dealing with. We're gonna be forced to. We have to be forced to. I don't know, but we have to. You know, whether you like it or not,
can you back up a little bit?
I'll get you back. And then I also meet kid over there. I also see Sonic Domo says then upon not teaching the history correctly, they whitewash it to double up on the falsity. I do agree with you. That is exactly what they have done. Shout to KW Don 7 says Candice Owens. Candice Owens is married to white men. She's a woman with no home. That is so sad. Jomos Kuto Karibu Sana once again. Emil Karibu Sana once again. Yes, I'll be 27 this year. I'm also very surprised, man. You know, time is flying, but at the same time, very grateful to be growing this to this amazing woman I am becoming, you know, especially in this amazing platform. It's just sometimes I ask myself if I wasn't here, where would I be? I don't know. If I wasn't here, I don't know what I would be doing. Probably something totally different. But I'm also super grateful to be here. It makes me proud. It makes me smile. And also having all this knowledge that I have, you know, it's just amazing to see myself growing into who I am. Just like I'm smart now. You can't tell me shit. My confidence is just way overboard. You know.
We know that's right. You know.
Yeah. Confidence is so grown. I'm so grown into myself too. I'm so proud of the decisions I've made, decisions I keep making. Sometimes as much as they might hurt me financially or in different ways, I'm still proud, being honest, you know, because I was even trying to come. He was telling me that he's like, man, you should be proud for at your age, looking at yourself, so many young women at your age gave up and
She,
are
of course.
pregnant, and
She
you
should have.
feel
I said she should be pregnant because exactly. How do you exactly? Uh, 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 the way you grown up, the the daddy issues with that moron you've had, and to still be able to be where you at and accomplish what you have, Joby. You should be
Mhm.
very very
Yeah,
very proud.
I am proud. I don't even. I'm proud, and I know I'm proud. I'm proud, and I also see how the people who really know me and who were there for me even back then when I was really struggling, especially with my dad, depression in high school and all that, they text me and I'm like, man, Joby, you should be very proud of yourself. You really come so far. These are the people who celebrate even the small wins. When I post up anything like, I'm doing, they're like, hey, I'm proud of you. I'm even proud to see you going out of the country. Because these were things that, especially coming from a background I'm coming from, these were things you couldn't even imagine. Because when you have your parents just chasing you out, what's really left there for you? Sometimes that's what most of the youths what they're lost in. When you have your parents kicking you out, what are you supposed to stand up with? It takes time for you to figure out yourself. It takes time for you to understand who you are. So I'm proud. I understood who I was at a young age, and I'm proud that I was very rebellious to so many things that didn't work for me. The same thing I was trying to tell my friend, like, you don't think I'll be, because he was asking me like, oh, you should be having the media card, you should be working on big medias. I was like, listen to me, my friend. I'll be on this big media, but I refuse to bend down my coochie. Okay, that's what I did. So many women are on these mainstream medias because they gave up their bodies, and that is just the truth. Even in
Exactly.
politics, so many women are in politics because they're giving up their bodies. I'd be literally somewhere working on mainstream media. That's just for a fact. But because I refused to do what they wanted me to do, this is why I am where I am, and I'm proud, very proud, super proud because I was led to the right direction of understanding who I am as an African, as a person, why I chose what I chose, because everything I've learned makes me understand even the decisions I've made and why you can dare to be different. Let me just put it that way. So yeah, shout out to also all of you for always standing up with me. I barely say it most of the time. So to the audience for listening to our stories. Kid also tells his stories. I tell my stories. You guys can also share your stories. So it's been a growth also for all of us. I bet also all of you are grown in different ways. So that's why you gotta give Candice always a chance, I guess. You gotta give Candice. That's why I guess we gotta give Candice Owens a chance. But anyway, as I shared the last video on that, no, the second last video.
Yeah, get
Um,
rid of her ass. Yeah, we done with her.
last video. I'm really proud. I can't believe I'm turning 27 too. It's crazy. I came here when I was 22,
22,
but
you a
I turned
baby.
just 22. So it's amazing. It's an amazing growth. I'm proud, super proud. So where do we have to see the last video?
I white people, or that you could never fully trust someone you called your friend if they were white, especially if you was in the military. When you first join the military, you get the basic training,
How far you guys
which
want me to
teaches you
go
how to
back?
hold your weapon, you know, drill and ceremony. And then you get your secondary training, which is done somewhere else. And that's usually at AIT. We call it Advanced Individual Training, which teaches you the job that you're going to be doing in the military. And during AIT, I had a really good friend. My AIT was in Fort Rucker, Alabama. Her name was Amanda. And I remember very clearly how much I enjoyed spending time with this young lady. I mean, I grew up in New York, so seeing white people, knowing white people was not unusual, but it's a different kind of white person. And I can't remember in Texas. And we didn't spend that much time together anymore, but we still sat down and talked together sometimes. We make fun of people together. That's how close we were. I trusted her with everything. And I thought she trusted me too. One day I was like just talking to Ponson and he was standing outside and she wasn't there, so she didn't hear this for herself. So to be fair, she did not hear this. And he was like, I don't know what it is about you. When I look at you, it makes me feel like I should be pissing on you. I was like, what? And I knew he was from a part of Texas that was really, really white. And not like Austin, but like a part of Texas where you rarely saw black people. And I was shocked. I was like piss on me? And I didn't curse him out. That's how shocked I was. And I was like, are you being serious? He was like, yeah, I don't know. That's just how I see you. I don't know if he meant the royal you, like all black people, or he meant me, an individual. I didn't say anything to him. I was like, okay, Pont. What had me off guard was when I told her. I didn't even tell her the same day. I told her a couple of days later. I was like, Ponton's kind of strange. I don't know. This is what he said to me. I repeated it to her, and her reaction was like, oh, yeah, that's not good. Now, what he said, there was no shock, which led me to believe that he had been saying racist things around her or to her, and she was signing off because they were together, or she just wasn't, pushing back on that. Like, my best friend's black. At least I thought I was her best friend. Apparently I wasn't. And she was just like taking it in stride what I told her. I was like, that's it. Okay, I guess I said, I was like, you're just shocked. You're not shocked, or you're what is, and she was like, I don't know. I mean, it's not a good thing to say. I'm surprised he said that to you, but yeah, maybe that's just how he feels. Maybe that's just how he feels. Spoiler, she married him. She married him. Which to me is the same as saying you're okay with all his racist bullshit. Me and her stopped talking after that. We just didn't really have a lot to say.
I don't know. I'm not gonna wind it up with that video. It's very simple. Black people right now, listen. Stop trying to save your very own who can't be saved. That's just basically also where my growth has gotten me. Being honest, if I can't just try have a conversation with you for you to try understand what I'm saying, that's the end of conversation with me and you. That's just the point I've really gotten to. You can't save everyone. That takes me back to the first, second year when I was very new here, and Keith kept telling me this. You can't save everyone. That's just the truth. And then there's something, I don't know, maybe for some women it really applies, but personally being a woman, and I think I've really made it very bold and clear to you guys, I'm not I'm not I'm not really that I'm not a girl's. That's what they call it nowadays, okay? I'm not a girl's. I don't believe in best friend and all that kind of BS. Women are always lying to each other in all sorts of ways. Just that's the truth. That's just the truth. Women I don't believe women don't tell each other 100% the truth. And if you find a woman who tells you 100% of the truth, she barely has friends. And that's just me. That's the corner I am in right now. I don't have friends, female friends, and I really mean that. Most of my friends are male friends. People might think I'm capping or I'm pretending. I just want to circle my stuff with. No. Most of my friends are male friends. I get along with men than women. And I've accepted that for me. And I knew this from a long time, and I've accepted this for me. Stop trying to save people who cannot be saved. That's just me. I quit a long time ago. I did. The way I saw this best friend, whatever BS of women don't work. It's only just some sarcasm, some false narrative going on, of putting up with this or keeping up with this friendship, but it's never real. It's never real. Because women talk behind each other. That's just the truth. Whether you want to accept it or not, women talk about each other, behind each other. So that's why personally I don't believe in best friends. I don't believe in girls. I don't. So just save yourself. It's just like a simple shout to someone like probably Emil and Keith. They follow me on TikTok. There's even a video I posted today. I just woke up and I'm very observant with even action. And I was
Oh,
telling some few friends yesterday.
I see you on TikTok today. Okay, I missed.
Yeah,
I look it up. I
I was
seen the
telling
mill
some
on
few friends.
TikTok. I seen the mill in Ghana. The mill was running around Ghana. I seen him in Ghana though. Go ahead, Joe.
I was telling some few friends yesterday that most of the people, even what we're discussing about clubbing and everything, most of the men
Shout
go
out,
to clubs.
shout out to Shamani. Joby asked me. Yeah, Joby's not a girl's girl. I'll tell you that. Shout out to Shamani. I'll just leave it at that.
Not a girls. I'm not a girls at all. But yeah, confess me. I was discussing with a few friends during this weekend, talking about how also if you look at the society, especially you talk about the clubbing, going out whole narrative, people are there for show off. Men are out there to show off probably to other men, and if not to other men, to women.
No, it's shout out to
Okay,
women, not the
it's
men.
just
Who want to
a
show up
whole
from a
false
man?
narrative. It's there nowadays. There are men want to show off to other men how they're doing good, better than them. How I can get this girl because you don't have it together, so I can get this girls because you can't. You relate, Keith, because back then when you didn't have your truck, someone else, someone older than you, had a girl that you wanted. But once you
Oh,
got the truck,
but my car,
once you
yeah,
got the lady wanted to pull around now. She thinks you're all cute now. So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
just
yeah, exactly, exactly. So
classy.
I know it wasn't me. It was the vehicle. She was, now I had some kind of fake, now I had some fake status, Joe.
Yeah. So for me, I think for having my job, having my finances together and everything, going out for those periods I've been going out is because I wanted to, not because a man had to do anything for me, not because we didn't have money to go out. We used to organize ourselves as girls and go out, make exchange money and all that. Me and other girls used to do that. It's because I wanted to. But if you look at most of the women now, leave alone now the men who are trying to show off to other men and show off to other women so that they can trap women with the money, little money they have, probably loans they've taken. Women also live in fake narratives, putting fake impressions to men so that men can like you with this fake money narrative they have. It's just crazy. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm not with what she just said. I'm not a girls. People are living false, so much fakeness out here, which is just super, super crazy. And I just can't keep up with that sarcasm, which is why I think makes me different right now, totally different. And I love it. I really, really love it. Trust me, I enjoy more where I am right now than if I look back then. Of course, some things you don't know what you're doing, some things, you have fun because you're young, but I'm like, man, should have gone more way classier, you know? But on the last video I'm gonna share of the day is this video right here. As we wind up literally today's show, shout out to Ricky's not in the building, Baron Scott. Emil, I heard you say we are literally about the same age. I kind of figured out because I think I saw you post something on TikTok. There's something I read on your TikTok. So I was like, oh, we're the same age. Yeah, that's nice to know. Jason says Galactic Wars in the sky. Emil also says, but I'm getting old. I'm starting to be forgetful. My face is aging too. 27, you're not old. All right? You're not really old. And then something I really love about understanding our history as African people, um, especially as African people, sorry to say, but the more you take care of yourself, how healthy you eat, the more young looking you look. It's just the diet. Your diet really matters, being honest. Your diet really, really matters. Be reliant on fruits if you can. Personally, I'd give you a very good testimony. I'm not a fan of fruits, but trust me, 2 weeks we were in Tanzania, I saw a very good transformation of just waking up every morning and making fruits for everyone and also being part of taking it every single morning. We used to do this, of course, back then also when we were me, Nish, and Katie. But this time I made it like a consistency. The breakfast for everyone was just fruits. We're taking probably watermelons, bananas. We're gonna take probably watermelons, pineapples, bananas. I used to make like every day I'm coming up with a different type of flavor. So be reliant on healthy, natural food, and you'll see the transformation. Your body actually reacts to it. Trust me, because my face got super clear, and I'm even feeling even today. I've been telling people my face has completely changed. Because and I'm even bragging about. I'm confident to even brag about it. It's not like my face has not been looking good, but my face feels even more softer. Trust me, like super soft, because that's also the routine I've maintained. I've been taking fruits consistently. I've been eating healthy as much as I can. So it's how you literally maintain yourself, because most of the our bodies are destroyed because of the foods we take. But also see, Emily says a lot of people say Asians are youthful even as they age, but I disagree. I see a lot of old Asians. Actually, I think I read a certain article which was talking about how um, right now we have, I think, over 100,000. I'm not sure of the number. Over 100,000 100 and above Asians, if I'm not really wrong. And then also remember their number is declining. So I don't know, it's crazy. I also see Emily says you're still young, Joby. So are you. You're also young, so stop saying you're aging. Ricky says, did you say was low? Well, I think you need to check your device, probably. Ricky also says, it says Caucasian lady is the Rochester called baby. Okay. What's this is you have a lot of Africa lives in Rochester, Minnesota. Minnesota. Okay, all right. Jason says it's a lot of things coming into the spectrum of light. Drink a lot of water like me, and my skin stays clear. Yeah. Also, drinking water helps you clear your skin. Being honest, yeah. Drink water, detoxing from whatever you're taking. Probably, if you're taking any type of drugs, detox from alcohol, detox from smoking, detox from whatever BS you're doing. Just detox. Sometimes it's really, really good. Actually, it's really good for your health. Really, really good. Really, really good. Personally, I love my trips in Tanzania. They do me good. They really, really do me good, because they'll be caught up in a lot of bad decisions, friends and all that, but it's really good. They're just good health, good food, good environment, everything good. But anyway, we're coming to the end of today's conversation right here. If you guys have enjoyed, and of course, for those who shall be catching this on a replay, hope you guys also get to enjoy. Hope you learned something on those conversations you've shared about Candice Owens. Growth, change is possible, but remember, once you go left, you'll remain left. Don't try come right, acting like you're right. All right. People, it takes time for people to trust you. That's just one thing. Personally, I think as Joby, I have that problem. If you once lose my trust, it's so hard for me to trust you. So that should apply to most of our black folks. You can't betray your people and think it's gonna be easy for them to trust you. So move with authenticity. It's really important. I don't know, for majority of you, whatever you can apply or tell it to anyone. That's one thing personally I've learned at a very young age. Moving with an authenticity, being real to myself, to everyone I'm with, has really helped me in a bigger, wide perspective. I can't even explain it, but much love. Have yourselves a beautiful day. See you guys, of course, tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on the media of the 21st century, Black Hot Fire Network. Mr. Black Hot Fire busy on his end, but see you guys tomorrow, same time, right here on the media of the 21st century. This has been the Africa Today Show. We do this every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So ensure you tune in and catch up with the conversations. Also, conversations, anything trending that you'd like us to talk about on the chat. I also go through you guys' videos sometimes. So if you put something that we can share, I'll be sharing them from tomorrow as well. So much love. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Peace.